Hey guys, Dave here. Welcome to the Centurions Review, the punk rock band of Wargame review institutions. This is Jobby's Guide to the Savage Core. Miniature rules for savage warfare beneath the surface of the world. It's a game for 2+ players, and it says mature readers only. I didn't see anything really in here that would suggest it needed it was just for mature readers. The setting is Savage Core. The Savage Core is a vast cavernous region located miles underground somewhere beneath the Atlantic Ocean sometime in the 20th century. The setting itself is humid phantasmagoria, is that even a real word, of gigantic floral and primordial and exotic beasts. It takes the eye a while to adjust to the dim lighting conditions, but numerous plants, rocks, and mists emit a dim glow as one adjusts to the lights of the underworld. Chief among these light sources are semi-mythical objects known as Sunstones. These spherical objects emit a stronger, brighter light and are much prized by the denizens of the land. The Sunstones come in a variety of sizes, some the size of a man's fist, and some many feet in diameter. Many battles have been fought over these rare prizes, as these stones possess not just an aura of light, but sometimes harbor other arcane properties. And here's your different factions in here. You have Atlantians, you have Amazons, Neanderthals. That's cool. You can use if you've got caveman figures, you can use them with this. I think they have their own miniature line too. I'm sure they prefer you buy their miniatures. And you got Cro-Magnons, which are basically early humanoids. And there's the Jaguar Tribe and the Simians. These are cool. The Simians are like apes with spears and weapons and stuff. As far as setting up a game, you basically pick a scenario and you set up the map and then you build your faction. And as far as phases of the turn, it starts with the initiation phase where everyone rolls basically to see the order in which they'll take their turn, and they add the moxie stat of their boss with the number they roll. If you and another person rolled the same thing, then you have a double trouble phase. Before the game, you and your opponent determine what possible encounters can occur during the double trouble phase, and then you'll implement them if you two roll the same thing. You might have a dinosaur come onto the battlefield, or like a Nazi with a pistol and enters the battlefield and so forth, and they're moving across the board, and if you get near them, of course, they're going to attack you. All right, and then you have tricky customer phase. The person who won the initiative roll will declare if they're being a tricky customer this turn, and if they are, they'll use mob scene, relics, or a hero surge. Phase 3 is movement, and then you got close combat and ranged combat in Phase 4. And then Phase 5 is conflict results. So the figures that were hit in the previous close assault and range conflict phase, in the conflict results phase, you'll determine whether they're damaged. There's a conflict results table. And here's the different double trouble encounters. Here's one lost Nazi treasure hunter. Militant T-Rex, that's cool. It goes running across the battlefield. Seismic shift, where there's sinkholes are created in the earth and they become impassable terrain. I believe if they occur beneath one of your figures, you lose your figure too. Here's one Sunstone and Amber Haze. In this one, all figures that fail to achieve a guts score of 9 become intoxicated in the frenzied euphoria. And then there's Ravenous Beasts and Magma Overflow. That's kind of cool, so the board can get lava on it and stuff, which could, of course, kill your troops. And here's one Zachary Gone Native. And this last one is Lost Explorer. Oh, it's not the last one. The Usurper Strikes is another one, too. There's quite a few of these. Here it's going over tricks. More rules on close conflict and range conflict. Terrain rules and recording damage and obstacles. And here's the stats. your troops have. You have Moxie, Smarts, Tick, Buff, Guts, and Clip. I think you have 6 troops and 1 leader in your faction, I believe, if I recall correctly. I just read these rules the other day, so... Alright, now it's going over the bosses. And here's a close conflict results table. And here's your Amazon stats. Atlantian stats. That's kind of cool. They look like ancient soldiers. Simians, this is their army list. Yeah, see that ape with a spear, that's kind of cool. And here's the Jaguar Tribe. Yeah, they look like natives. And the Cro-Magnons. And here's the different scenarios for the game. You got Rumble in the Jungle. Don't Look Back. Did it just get cold in here? The Lucid Eye Apocalypse. And Have We Interrupted You Guys? Interesting names they have for their scenarios. And here's just some pictures of the miniatures. I mean, the miniatures look great. I was thinking of trying this out. I have natives that I can use for the Jaguar Tribe. And I have a bunch of unpainted apes. I think some of them have weapons too, so I could use those for the simians. So I could put something together with the troops I have. I'm sure they would prefer you bought their troops. But anyhow, thanks. Just wanted to show you guys this since this is kind of unique. Have a good evening.